My dad's like, hey, have you ever looked at franchising? So I got involved in, I think you actually have them out here now, but Marco's Pizza is the name of the franchisee or franchisor, excuse me. And so, I coupled that with kind of growing up in an operational, intensive, family business. Took my real estate experience and got involved in the franchise business. Came out guns blazing. I was, I made a couple mistakes, but I was young, I was hungry, I had a lot of drive, I had just enough experience to, really make a go at this, and so that's what I did. And I wasn't married at the time. I was, single, and I didn't have a lot of overhead, and so I worked a lot of hours, and so I bought a territory in Indianapolis, basically the Central Indiana territory with Marco's Pizza, and started opening up stores, handling every component of it from multi-unit financing all the way down to operations to real estate and everything else in between. And that did pretty well for a few years. But here's what's interesting, looking back on everything in my career, everything's 20/20 hindsight, right? And you start, the best learning lessons I've ever had have come from, mistakes and doing things that I realized I didn't really like doing. And that really helped kind of create that bowling lane buffer, right? It kind of moves you in the right direction to where you want to go. And so what I realized was, as a franchisee, I learned about, developed a lot of experience in the franchise business and realized that, we were taking all the risk. And we were taking on all the financial risk and all the debt. The company was growing. They were marketing themselves as the fastest growing pizza company in the United States, which technically was true, but they were building that on the backs of the current franchisees. And so you were supporting financially a lot of their growth plan, through TV advertising, national marketing campaigns, and things like that. And so after about 4 or 5 years, plus the number of hours I was working, I kind of sat down with myself and I said, do I really want to be in the restaurant business? Now, I was in the restaurant business, but I was trying to scale it to a multi-unit ownership. And the other thing I learned was, you don't have assets. You have pennies on the dollar worth of restaurant equipment that is dime a dozen. Easy to find. You're in a very volatile cash flow business that is susceptible, not necessarily to recession, but to competition, placement in the marketplace. You're also susceptible to the ebbs and flows of what the franchisor wants to impose upon his franchisees, price point competition, things like that. So long story short, I decided, it's time to cut bait. I was 31 at the time.